Well, welcome back, everyone. We have Marie Walton here, our Johnny Appleseed naturalist. We're going to talk about a creature I'm not too familiar with. It's the gray tree frog.
Yeah, gray tree frogs are really awesome little animals, and we actually have tree frogs here in Ohio. So I've brought some friends today, some tree frogs from the Environmental Education Center. And the reason we don't think about tree frogs here very much is because they spend most of their time up in the trees, so we don't really see them very much. But they come down from the trees 2 times a year, and the first time is to lay their eggs. So they're going to lay their eggs in any body of water, in a lake or a stream or a pond. But these guys, gray tree frogs, are really crazy. They will lay their eggs in a puddle, anywhere. So in the bed of a truck, in a pool liner, they're just laying them everywhere. And they'll lay about 10 to 40 eggs at a time, and a female can lay up to 1,000 eggs in a year.
Wow.
So she's just kind of going for broke, trying lots of different places to ensure survival. And when the eggs hatch, they're not tiny little frogs that come out, but actually tadpoles. So when the tadpole comes out, it's got a long tail and no legs at all, and it's got gills, so it's breathing oxygen through the water. But over time, as it grows, it starts to lose its tail and grow legs, and it loses its gills and it grows lungs until it is able to climb out of the water and into the trees, and up it goes, and that's why we don't see them very much.
Right. It really is amazing, the transformation of a frog from the egg to the tadpole to the frog itself.
I agree. And then the second time that they come down from the trees is this time of year, so in the winter time. So they're not able to stay awake during the winter time because they'd have a hard time finding bugs and staying warm. They're cold-blooded, so what they do is something called brumation, which is a lot like hibernation, but for cold-blooded animals. So they come down from the tree and they bury themselves really shallowly under the leaf litter, and they're actually able to freeze, which is amazing biologically. Something like a big fat American toad, it will bury deep, deep, deep under the earth and stay below the frost line so that it never freezes. But gray tree frogs are just right under that leaf litter, so still on top of the ground, and they allow their bodies to freeze. Now, the reason why most animals can't survive freezing is because when water freezes, it expands. So the water in their cells expands, and it damages the cell membrane. But when gray tree frogs start to feel a little bit of ice forming on their skin underneath the leaves as they're brumating, their brains are still working, and their brains are able to produce adrenaline, which is also called epinephrine, or the fight, flight, and freeze hormone. And when they say freeze, like for gray tree frogs, they really mean freeze.
Wow, okay.
And so as it produces this hormone, the hormone is sent to the liver, which produces glucose, which is just a bunch of sugar, and it floods the body with this sugar. And the frog cells start taking the sugar, just gobbling it up until they're absolutely packed with sugar. And the cells are so full of sugar that they're not very full of water. And most of the water in the frog's body is then in the space between the cells, outside of the cells, which is called the interstitial fluid. So that freezes instead of the inside of the cells. And so it's able to survive without its cells getting damaged. And if you were to unbury a frog, like if you knew where one was under the leaf litter and you were able to unbury it, you could pick it up. It would be frozen so solid you could gently tap it on the table, rebury it, and it would come back just fine the next year. And they're able to do this over and over again because they live for 7 to 10 years in the wild. So they freeze and thaw over and over again.
That's awesome.
It really is. They're incredible animals.
Yeah. Now, is this one fully grown?
Yes, there's actually 2 in here.
Yeah.
And they are fully grown.
The other one's hiding somewhere.
Yeah, they're really good at camouflage. And actually, the gray tree frog can change colors a little bit over time. So they're almost like a chameleon.
I was gonna say, yeah, like a chameleon, yeah.
Yeah, so they can be kind of hard to see.
Yeah, they're really cute, and they obviously eat the bugs. And is that all they eat?
Yeah, they eat bugs.
Okay. Yeah.
So they're really good for us. Very beneficial species to have.
All right, well, Marie Walton, thank you so much for introducing us to the gray tree frog that's out here in Ohio. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, well, don't go away. We have more when we return.